Good evening, my name is Miranda Chance, and I'll be speaking about a progressive philosophy that is known as humanism. Humanism is heavily based in logic. It uses facts, reasoning, experience, and evidence to answer life's questions. Because of this, it is secular in its nature. There is no evidence to prove and/or disprove the existence of a God or the existence of supernatural forces, and therefore there are no place for these ideas in humanism. Instead, they focus on naturalism, the idea that we are a naturally occurring phenomenon, a product of evolution, and not the product of a divine being. Humanism requires self-awareness and compassion. It focuses heavily on humanitarian efforts. It seeks to make everyone understand that we are all created equally, and we are therefore deserving of the same dignities. To recap, it requires an individual to use reasoning to answer life's questions. It requires responsibility, and it requires a sense of community and an individual's ability to understand their impacts on their global community. There are three manifestos that seek to define humanism. One was written in 1933, another in 1973, and the final in 2003. The two main things that they have in common is they all declare that reason is the way to live a good life, that through evidence, facts, and through experience that we may answer life's questions. They also conclude that we must move away from religion. We must move toward a more secular form of thought to answer the questions that we have for life. If we would like to see change, we must be change. We cannot wait for the divine to do this for us. There are several applications. I feel that humanism is very good at raising awareness, and through raising their awareness, they're good at reducing suffering. If you're not aware that someone is starving, you cannot change this problem. So by raising awareness, they help to reduce suffering. They additionally provide logical solutions. Rather than waiting for something to happen and praying about it, they seek to go out and do things themselves. They literally seek to be the change that they want to see in the world. Additionally, they're environmentally conscious. They try to be aware of the resources they're using, and they try to understand that there are individuals that do not have access to the same luxuries that we may have, and so that it's important that we allocate these resources so that everyone can benefit. Of course, with everything, there are downfalls. One major downfall I noticed is I feel that getting 8 billion people to come to a global consensus about how we should live is going to be rather difficult. Getting just a mere 20 people to agree on something is difficult, so 8 billion people coming to one consensus is a bit difficult to imagine, for lack of better words. Um, Additionally, I find that it'd be rather difficult to allocate resources. I feel like you'd have to have really strict guidelines, and all of this just seems like a logistical nightmare. It's a really great thought, but understanding how all of this is going to play out is just it's unimaginable. So to conclude, I think it's a very interesting concept, but it's just one that's just too good to be true. So I'd like to leave you with a quote. Humanism is a rational philosophy, informed by science, inspired by art, and motivated by compassion. I feel like this really sums up the philosophy. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and have a good evening. Thank you.